You don't need to be 8% body fat. And if you've been wondering what's the ideal body fat percentage, then that video is for you. First thing first, chasing a specific number of body fat as your ultimate goal can be a big misconception. Indeed, a more effective approach is to target a healthy body fat percentage bracket that includes your age, your gender, your overall health, your fitness background. Are you a complete beginner? Have you been overweight before? And here's a quick breakdown of body fat brackets that are sustainable for life. As a man, you want to range between 10 and 15% body fat. This zone is a good balance between aesthetics and optimal performance and well-being. You will feel good. As a woman, you can set your range between 15 and 20% body fat. It's very important to remember that women naturally carry more fat than men due to biological differences. So you can't have the same goals whether you're a man or a woman. Now, while being lean is very important, don't get me wrong, I always stress it out. It's very crucial to have a healthy body fat percentage throughout your entire life that really does impact your longevity. But there are pitfalls to having a very, very low body fat. And very shredded physiques always come with a downside whether we like it or not. While it's very impressive and it looks great, there are some drawbacks. The first one is decreased performance. If you have a super low body fat, it's very likely that you're going to perform less good than somebody who has a slightly higher body fat percentage. Indeed, your body requires a certain amount of energy to fuel your workouts and maintain your endurance. So there's a reason why boxers, after they've lost 20 or 30 pounds, they cut for the weigh-in, then they gain it back for the fight. That's because they feel a lot better when they have more fat on them. When you're a bodybuilder, it's very likely that when you're on stage, you feel the shittier that you've ever felt compared to when you're actually training. It's super likely that you're not going to perform as strongly in your lifts as well when you do that. You will look good, but inside it's not going to feel the same. So that leads to compromised mental health. Low body fat can impact negatively your mood and your mental health in general. Indeed, that does unbalance your hormones. They become affected, and that leads to fatigue. You can become irritable, and it's hard to focus sometimes. And last but not least, being too lean can lead to nutrition deficiencies and health risk. If you dip below a healthy body fat percentage, that can lead to malnutrition and that can weaken your immune system. It's just simply not sustainable in the long run. So if you aim to be sub 10% body fat for your entire life, you may want to reconsider and aim for somewhere between 10 and 15. A healthy approach is to build muscle, boost your metabolism, and keep a healthy body fat. That's the true secret of a healthy body. Really, it lies into your muscle density, how fast your metabolism is, and that means how fast your body burns fat. Muscle tissue burns more calories at rest, creating a natural fat burning machine. So this is where calisthenics become really an amazing tool for this. Every single calisthenics movement engages multiple muscle groups at the same time. We call it compound movement, and that promotes efficient muscle growth, that increases your muscle mass, which increases your metabolic rate, and that leads to natural body fat burning. The second thing is that calisthenics is super accessible and scalable. No matter what your current fitness level is, you can start today, right here, right now. Calisthenics requires absolutely no equipment. It makes your workouts readily available anytime, anywhere. You can adapt to your current fitness level, so you ensure that it's a constant challenge that keeps your metabolism accelerating and firing on all cylinders. And remember, your body fat journey is a commitment to progress, not to perfection. It will really depend. If you start overweight as a beginner, you won't have the same progress than somebody who's been athletic in their youth and that don't have that much weight to lose. That will create different goals and different speed or rate of progress, and that's okay. Here are some key strategies for you, and I guarantee they will work. First, be consistent. It is paramount. Building muscle mass takes dedication and consistency. Don't expect it to be overnight results. It won't, but it will happen over time. Second is cardio. There's no option to skip cardio. Whether you've heard it or not, it does matter. So my favorite cardio exercises are sprint, mid-distance running, and jump rope. You can do all of them or some of them. It will work. Do it as often as you can during the week. It's a great tool to burn fat and stay lean year long. Now let's talk about what you eat, because calorie deficit matters, and or calorie maintenance. That means that you can't overeat and you have to embrace healthy fat. They really make your body just function better. So think of things like avocado, nuts, olive oil, coconut oil. These are great options for fat, and you can never go wrong with those. Now let's keep talking about food, because healthy fats are very crucial. Don't skip them, but also prioritize whole unprocessed carbs. That's very important. Do not overdo carbs, but eat the good ones. So avoid all of the processed stuff, sugary drinks, the chips, the white bread. All of this is horrible and will spike up your blood sugar like nothing else and promote fat storage. So focus on whole unprocessed carbs like fruits, vegetables, sweet potatoes, or rice. Then last but not least, your stress level matters. When you're stressed, there's a hormone called cortisol that takes place in the body, and which goal is to store fat. So if you're storing cortisol as a stressed person, any exercise really will just be blank, because you might lose some body fat with your training, but really during the night your cortisol level is going to store more fat. So at the end of the day, your results is just going to be not great. So practice on relaxation techniques like meditation and prioritize quality sleep. I like to sleep 8 to 9 hours a night, and that's what keeps me going at almost 45 years old. Sleep is of the essence. So in a nutshell, focus on a good body fat percentage bracket that works for you, and don't stress over a single number that you may or may not reach. It really won't be the priority in your overall health. The goal is really to stay mobile, build muscle, boost your metabolism, and achieve a healthy body fat percentage that allows you to move and perform to the best of your ability and feel great. That really is a key element. So I hope that helps, and I will see you in the next video.